Are women, 45% are students of color, and 40% are aged 24 or older. We know from experience and a growing body of research that students' sense of belonging and connectedness in higher education institutions is tied to essential outcomes, including their academic achievement, their well-being, motivation, and retention. This is the case for all students, regardless of their background, but particularly for first-generation and minoritized students. Two important points here worth calling out explicitly are that this time of unprecedented diversity makes the centering of human connection more urgent than it has been for quite some time, and that doing so brings additional, often invisible challenges. As Jan Arminio, Vasti Torres, and Rachel Pope have written, learning through relationships with others is a core pillar of advancing inclusion in colleges and universities. Yet, attaining inclusion will require that we transcend our human instinct to relate to those similar to us. The tendency to associate with people most like us, Arminio, Torres, and Pope affirm, is the opposite of inclusion and is the force to be contended with in building inclusive communities. As such, we will need to be intentional about promoting connections among the diverse members of our communities, and we will each need to enhance our ability to relate to others, particularly across our ethnic and racial differences. Contemporary higher education is also characterized by an increase in student stress levels and growing demand for more comprehensive approaches to the constantly evolving ways students experience the world. Here, too, we know from experience and research that relationships and connections matter. The Stanford Medicine Center for Compassion and Altruism Research and Education tells us that the absence of social connection is a greater detriment to health than obesity, smoking, and high blood pressure. The center also describes the positive feedback loop of social, emotional, and physical well-being that results from increasing human connection. People who feel more connected to others have lower levels of anxiety and depression. They also have higher self-esteem, greater empathy for others, are more trusting and cooperative, and, as a consequence, others are more open to trusting and cooperating with them. Note that this research refers to people, not simply to students. We all serve to gain from relationship-rich institutional cultures. Felten and Lambert have devoted their professional careers to teaching and scholarship, as well as fostering student-centered cultures that value human connection. What you have before you is a testament to their professional work together, to their own relationship, and to the highly relational approach they took in their research in an effort to understand the work of their colleagues around the country. Their gift to us is the gift of story, of heartwarming, vivid stories of human connection at its best. As you listen, we hope you'll pause and relate the stories to the many rich relationships in your own experience and in your institutions, as we did. Celebrate when and where the work is being done well. The authors invite us to notice, and they give us permission to recognize and deepen the current relationships in our institutions. Not to start from scratch, not to develop another initiative, but to live and work in relation to one another. This book makes clear that everyone has a role in creating the kind of culture that lives up to the promise of higher education, to renew the democratic ethos that is woven into our institutions. That promise has everything to do with expanding opportunities for students, treating students well, educating citizens, and cultivating goodwill among communities. Our colleges and universities, after all, have heart. They are places where students from all backgrounds, ages, and identities come together to expand their knowledge, form habits, and prepare themselves for life in this century. Let us each commit to imbuing these places with authentic, plentiful, interconnected, compassionate relationships. Isis Arcevega, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Valencia College. Ed Taylor, Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Academic Affairs.